Hi, I'm Pam, and a new video for you today showing you how I make resin blanks for pen turning. This is the 4 that I actually show you in the video on how to make. There was a 5th one, unfortunately that went disastrously wrong, but I will add that in somewhere into the video so you can see what went wrong. And note to self, don't use a hammer when you're trying to take these out of a mould. So if you want to see this more, how I use a vacuum chamber to degas, follow on. Right, just measuring out the resin. I'm going to be using 90 mils of both in this. These are not the best cups, I have to try and see through the cups to get the right line. I think that's it there. This is the part A. Part B, I've got some part B in this bottle here. I'll use that up first. And I've been asked for specific colours for this pen, and it's all in the range of greens. So once we've mixed all of this up, we are going to then need to divide it out into separate pots for the amount of colours that I'm doing before we vacuum it. Roughly about 35-40 minutes on this. 1 to 2 parts are mixed. So that's your A and your B. Now, I've got a nice big stick actually. I just buy bulk of lollipop sticks for mixing of these. So I'm going to pour the runny of the 2, which is the B part, into the A, and then keep stirring. Try and get it all out because we're going on 1-to-1 measurement wise here, so it's good to stick to close as that as possible. Right, now we stir it. I'm not worrying about the air balls that I put into it because I'm going to vacuum it. Until I see the little streaks out, which is just about there now. Just to be sure I've got it mixed, I'm going to pop it into another container. I don't always do that, to be honest, but there's quite a lot I've had to put into here, so I'll pour it into another container and then mix it for a minute or 2 again. Now, I take the bubbles out in the vacuum chamber, but it would be a lot easier if I had a pressure chamber to do this. Although I've had success with it, I haven't come across anything that there's a disadvantage of doing it other than I need the time with the resin. But, you know, this resin gives me that time anyway, so... And even if it's not completely out when I let the air go in the chamber, it tends to get rid of any bubbles then before I pour it in. Give it another stir in here, and we're ready to pour it into separate cups now. I'm just going to use these now. I'm thinking of 5 colours, which is actually a bit excessive. But we'll see if it works out. So I'm just going to try divide these up. I like to put them all into separate pots because when you put them in the vacuum chamber they rise up with the air, so I quite like to have a good bit above the resin so that I can actually degas it a bit quicker, because I can put the vacuum up quicker. You'll probably hearing it's raining outside. Okay, that's that. Now I'm going to get the colours and we'll decide where we're going from there. First one is going to be green, then there's going to be a lighter green, and then I'm going to do 3 shades of this. So first of all I'll do the green. So the cat meowing now. So we'll go here. I want a nice dark one, so I've got that there. Second, we'll add a little drop of green and a little drop of white. Let's mix that up and see where we get to. I'm going to actually go even lighter than that. Right enough. So you can see that there. The dark mixed in, light green. Now these are pearlescent, which adds another feature altogether into it. I do like it to be quite opaque when you're making the pens, so I'd only drop more to that. Next one, I think that was apple green there. I have a clue what this one is. Emerald. Down the range again, and this one is spring green. Last but not least, almost has a wee goldy bit in it, this one. Right, so we've got several shades there now. I think I'm actually going to go a little bit lighter still on, almost like bluey. Okay, so that's them all there. Now, I'm going to get these into the vacuum chamber now. And the lid goes on. I've got a little dial on here. I'll put a little bit of pressure, and it's open at the minute, so it's coming all the way through. But I'm going to start to close that off, and the pressure will start to go up in the chamber. That's it. A good push with this lid. Now, I don't know how well you can see in there. You see they're starting to pull the bubbles out. You'll see all the pots starting to rise in a minute. We're just up at 27. And we needed to go to 30 to get good vacuum. So this vacuum chamber does that. Just got to watch you don't overflow here. Yeah, it's starting to come out, so just on 29%. Okay, I just wanted to talk a bit about the resin that I use. It's the Alumilite Amazing Clear Cast resin I use. It comes in two separate bottles, a part A and a part B, and it's lovely to turn, and that's the reason why I use this one. And it is specifically for wood turning pens. So that's the best we've got. These are quite expensive, and I'm sure there's other resins out there, and if you've got any suggestions of any other ones that you've tried, put it down in the comments about that, because it's always good to know, especially in the UK, if we've got any other alternatives that are maybe cheaper to use. Living in the Highlands here, I have a job getting anything sent to me. Nobody seems to want to send these types of products up here, so I tend to order it on Amazon. And I'll put a link to that below. The mould that I use, I made these myself. It's just made from HDPE, and I hot glue around the edges just to stop it leaking anywhere, and it means I can unscrew it to let it out after, so it comes out easy and they go back together easy. They're a really good thing to make, worthwhile buying. The HDPE in the UK is another thing, you have a job getting hold of it. But I went into a kitchen supply store and I bought cutting boards, and that's what I made it from. These are obviously industrial cutting boards, are that thick, but that's what I made that from. And I used the silicone spray inside it just as a release. But there is other folk out there that are using oils, just vegetable oil, and that inside their moulds, but I've never tried that. I've just stuck with the spray so far. We've got moulds in several different sizes. This one does 4 blanks, pen blanks. This one does 2 bottle stoppers. I've got a big blank for, I'm hoping to start doing the resin boxes on the lathe, so that's for that. And then I have the slim 7mm one there, I also do have Pacific ones that are used for the pens, so that I can actually do a clear resin and put designs on the tube, but I don't have those out here in the shed. So that's the stuff I use. Okay, that's the vacuum degassed, and I've just made a couple of different swirling designs in there. Nothing too spectacular really. It'll be interesting to see how they come out when I turn them. Probably not the design I'm particularly wanting, so I shall maybe make another one this week with the greens again. But that's it. I'll show you when they're complete and out. Okay, that's the resin blanks. Been sitting overnight. I will leave them another 24 hours because they're not ready for turning yet. It's quite cold here and they're still well, they're not really sticky, but they're a wee bit soft for turning yet. But got some amazing colours running through these. It's so much more unique when you can make your own. This one, there was only a tiny drop of resin, so I just dropped some bits of wood into it, and we'll see how that turns out. But I think that might be an interesting pen once you start turning through that. You'll get quite a range of colours in it, and that there is quite a bit of blue in there, so it must have swirled around in the middle, although we can't see it there, so that'll be quite an interesting one to turn as well. So that's it. That's just going over quickly some of the stuff that I do to get my own pen blanks, and it means that I can actually go and get the colours that I need. So I'll post I'll attempt to post a photograph at the end of the video of them up close. Thanks very much. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe. If you want to ask me anything, put it in the comments below, and see you next time. Just put the hot glue off. Oh, I just shattered that. Never had that happen before.